Grave robbing in Texas is this hour's top news story. An informant led officers of the Muerto County Sheriff's Department to a cemetery just outside the small rural Texas community of Newt early this morning. Officers there discovered what appeared to be a grisly work of art, the remains of a badly decomposed body wired to a large monument. A second body was found in a ditch near the perimeter of the cemetery. Subsequent investigation has revealed at least a dozen empty crypts, and it's feared more will turn up as the probe continues. Deputies report that in some instances, only parts of a corpse had been removed. The head, or in some cases, the extremities removed, the remainder of the corpse left intact. Evidence indicates the robberies have occurred over a period of time. Sheriff Jesus Maldonado refused to give details in the ghoulish case and said only that he did have strong evidence linking the crime to elements outside the state. Area residents have reportedly converged on the cemetery, fearing the remains of relatives have been removed. No suspects are in custody as the investigation at the scene continues.
Oh, crap. Hello. We're here. We're back at it again. Let me pull up the Chill Beats music track. Let me see what we got. Alright. Let's do it to it, guys. Texas Chainsaw. What a ride. I hadn't seen it in so long. But here we are again. And we're gonna talk about this here. There's a lot to be said. There's a lot to be said and not a lot at the same time. If that makes any sense. Let's turn the music down a bit. There we go. Turn me up a bit. Turn it up, turn it up. Let's get turned up, brother. Alright, I think that's good. So yeah, Texas Chainsaw 3D, and I think that's like the official title of it. It's strange. It's either called Texas Chainsaw or Texas Chainsaw 3D. And this one was shot with beam splitter rigs. So we'll have some behind the scenes stuff we might want to look at. I never looked at the stereographer. I completely forgot. Alexandra Daddario, what an actress. How's it going? It's going, dude. I'm getting there. Just trying to find a new place to live right now. It's been kind of stressful. I'm like, and I know some of this I brought on myself. I'm like trying to make 5 videos a week on top of going to work, on top of trying to go back to school, on top of trying to move out, on top of dealing with this breakup. It's this whole thing. But I'm getting there. I like making the videos though. How you doing, Blu-ray Bunker? It's good to see from you again. Let's see. Stereoscopic Supervisor, Leo Vazzali. Additional Stereographer. Oh wait, there's an actual stereographer. This was back in the day when they had stereographers instead of stereo supervisors. Oh, this guy did the stereo for Venom. Oh, Venom 2018. I didn't see 2018's Venom in 3D. But alright, this guy's done some pretty good stuff. Billy Lynn's halftime walk, long halftime walk. I heard the 3D in that movie is really, really good. That was one that was shot in 3D. So this guy's done some good stuff then. Keith Collier. Why is this man? Why is he a stereo guy? That's so funny. I don't even know what is special effects Maverick. Camera, electrical department. Oh, here we go. The Monkey King, The Legend Begins. Oh, this hasn't come out yet. Look at all this stuff, all these movies that he's worked on in 3D. Pirates on Stranger Tides. Yeah, the stereo in that movie is pretty good. Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. Oh, good lord. Marcus Lanix. Everyone in the whole world has worked on The Amazing Spider-Man. 3D camp. Look at this guy. He's done a lot of 3D stuff. And Ray Hanizian, who's most known. Oh, this is another one I want to get. I want to get Harold and Kumar in 3D. I bet that's a fun 3D movie. So good job to you guys. I'm not certain what the production was like, but the 3D was just kind of not super amazing. Wow, this is an authentic 2012 upload. I wasn't super impressed. I was kind of bored. And let's see. Oh, look at that. They already have a guy down there. I figured this thing was like a CG thing. Look at that. That's why that guy kept going down there. He had a guy behind him pulling him down. Watch people die. Oh, jeez. Honestly, this movie, if they weren't able to go like full tilt on the 3D, they should have just saved it for specials. Clint Eastwood, having seen this one. Scott. Oh, did Scott? Who directed this movie? Did Scott Eastwood direct this? Did Clint Eastwood make a bad 3D movie too? Wait, was his son? Oh, yeah, there we go. Dan Yeager as Leatherface. He's in it, yeah. Poor Kenny, dude. Kenny did nothing wrong. He did not deserve to get killed. There's not even, what do I even say about this? It's just kind of a mess. They've got some interesting ideas, but they really pulled the long lost relative card. Like, damn. Oh, here comes the Doge. We're gonna be watching the Doge. 'Cause we want to eat and he's not going to sleep even though you ran around outside for like an hour with the other dogs. Oh, this is the same thing. Brody, come here. Alright, so this is the beam splitter. Hold up. Guys, never get a puppy, just get a full-grown dog. Look how big these rigs are, and you can see why they don't like to use them. Like, look at this. I still don't understand why the 3D had to be so shallow in this movie. This movie is just weak. I haven't seen the original Texas Chainsaw, so I can't really tell like how it compares to that. But they didn't really push the 3D like they could have, or they should have. They do have a few good 3D shots here and there. Oh my god, who is this? Oh, this is the beginning. See, the beginning, I kind of mostly got cut out of the review, but having all these little bits of dangly bits hanging from the ceiling, I mean, I'm sure that was in the original movie. But it helped with the 3D and the layering, it looked decent. Oh my gosh, that guy's actually on fire. Imagine being on fire and then still having to outlook at them. They're like, oh, whoa, the 3D's so good, and it's not. It's bad. Alexandra Daddario is pretty cute though. NGL. She was in the God, what were they called? The Percy Jackson movie. She played Annabeth. Alright, so we're gonna like sidestep, and I just want to say that I have been working, I've been learning more about post-converting 2D images to 3D. And if you guys haven't seen the most recent 3D video that I did, I would recommend checking it out. I know it's the cat comic, whatever, but I'm really proud of the 3D conversion work that I've done. It's really cool. What do they have to say?
There are a lot of references to the original, so I think that fans of the original will sort of get a kick out of a lot of those references. Do you know anything about this place?
Oh my god.
That is the direct continuation of the way the movie ended in the first one.
Leatherface is in the middle of the street with a chainsaw, and you know he's let her get away. Right after there's this what would have happened in the original.
I feel like I've seen Trey Songz in something else. What was this dude in? Was he in Dread? No. Oh, he's a musician, isn't he? Oh my gosh, look at all this stuff.
That you see, you got townies all over and they're upset about this, and you know.
For the lectures comments, yeah, no, she's really good. It's just a shame that like in the third act of this movie, she just kind of drops like her entire character and starts acting like a crazy person, and it's just it doesn't work. She's just like, I'm a Sawyer. I was like, please don't. That's cringe. What is this video quality? Oh, all things Trey Songz.
And helping me as a new actor, just with they're still young and very fresh.
Really freaking scary movie.
A lot of blood, and you know.
Scary to people who've seen the original, and scary to people that
They didn't even talk about the 3D. Come on, guys. The whole reason I clicked on this was so I could hear about how the 3D was done. Oh, the last upload was 8 years ago. Shame. Let's see. Oh, wow. Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw 3. I think the coolest part about this movie was seeing the original footage get post-converted into 3D. Do your thing. Oh my gosh, listen to this.
Oh, look who's
Do your thing, cuz.
that line was so terrible. Those to call the family Sawyer. Yeah, she's one of the Sawyers. Listen to this line.
That's right. Do your thing, cuz.
Oh, I mean, it's not a great line. I don't think anybody could have read that, but like, do you see what I'm saying? She was like so level-headed this whole movie, and then now she's just like, yeah, let's go kill people, dude. I'm a murderer now. Haha. It's just, what is this 180? Like, even if you found out that they killed your family, it's just like the family was compliant in all these murders that happened to these innocent teens. I didn't even do anything. Then this guy killed all of your friends. Granted, her friends were cheating on her, but Kenny didn't do anything, and that one guy tried to steal everything, but she didn't know that they were cheating. So she's just like, okay. She's just like, oh, it's fine. You murdered my friends. Okay. Here, let's work together now. You see what the issue is here? The character is just like inconsistent. It's such smut, dude. I don't know. I know making movies is hard. What's happening to this man? Like, why is he backing up? Why is he backing up into this? Go why? Did he have the chain wrapped around his foot and I just missed it? Oh wait, I think I missed the chain around his foot. Wait, did he? No, he didn't. He didn't even have the chain. It's because you never found it. Well, the thing about the cheating was probably more for the audience's benefit, just so we would feel less bad about them getting killed. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. It's pointless. It was something. It was to give the character something to do, and to keep pushing that R rating. Look at this. Why is he going back into the thing? Why? Why does Alexandra Daddario never button her shirt up all the way? Why wasn't she wearing it? The movie starts off pretty good. It starts off really strong, and then they start getting through it, and it stops making sense. And the 3D sucks too, dude. I can't even like find anything about the 3D. Oh, behind the scenes too? Wait, no. VFX breakdown. Wow, they seriously do have like straight up full. Wait a minute. So recently I learned a lot about rotoscoping. The meat grinder shot should have expected. Yeah, they should have made that shot really deep. They should have made it look like this really deep pit. The 3D could have done a lot to make it look much farther down. This just whole thing is this seriously? Why would they composite the chainsaw? Like, I guess they didn't want to get the actress super close to a real chainsaw. They could have just had a fake one. Why is that CG? Why is this CG? You guys couldn't get a set? You guys couldn't you guys couldn't get a house with a hall like this? Oh god. What a mess. I'm glad I got to see it again. It's been a long time, and if it wasn't for you guys voting on it, I never would have looked at it again. I will say, I won't say what the last movie that will be reviewed this month, but I am happy about which one got voted. I am really happy about it. I was really hoping to talk about it because I think it's one of the coolest 3D movies I have. Oh my gosh. There really isn't much else to say about this. There really isn't. It's just kind of, uh-oh. Uh-oh, we don't want that. It's just kind of bland. It's, I don't even know, dude. Th this is another one of those movies where, wow, look at this. Shit. Oh my goodness, I completely lost it. Where there was one that said Texas Chainsaw 2D and now it's gone. Feels like another one of those movies that was like required, like mandated for 3D, and they were like, we'll just, we have to do it because that's how we got the movie greenlit. If you're gonna do it in 3D, do something interesting with it. You gotta do more than just a few pop-out shots. Like, there's depth, man, and volume. You gotta think about all those things. It's just a low-budget horror film that's shamefully banking off of a low budget horror film that was honestly much I mean I haven't seen it, but I'm going to assume it's much better than this. What a mess. Look how big these camera rigs are. Like, you can see why they don't like using the beam splitter rigs. Because they're absolutely massive. You need all this equipment. But don't get them if you're not going to do anything with it. I thought this was cool. Post converting this 2D image to a 3D one. And the sad thing is, you know what the sad thing is? The stuff that was post converted had better 3D than the actual natively shot 3D stuff. Absolutely disgraceful. Look at this. Oh, this is a DVD. I wonder if this had the oh, looks like it's a custom thing. I wonder if this had the anaglyph glasses with it. Incredible, a perfectly terrifying follow-up to the original. Nah, man. It's terrifyingly bad. You guys are gonna be fine if you don't see this movie. Where even is it? I have it right over here. Oh my god. Let's see. But I get to review Saw next. I haven't seen Saw in about the same amount of time as the last time I watched this movie. And I want to say, even though I'm probably not going to really super like it, I really like the box art. And I really like the saw blade disc. That's such a cool little aesthetic. But this was another horror film shot in 3D, and we're going to see how that pans out. Maybe it'll be better. Maybe it'll be worse. Who knows? Yeah, that's another thing. When the guy was walking around with the his phone, one, it was like switching between 2D and 3D footage that he was recording off of his phone, but also he was somehow getting the video in landscape when he was doing it in portrait. I'm not gonna say they didn't care. It's just a lot of inconsistencies. It just doesn't make any sense. This scene was pretty good. Some of the quote unquote pop out scenes, actually, no, I'll tell you what the best 3D in the whole movie was this. This right here. See, this is how I know that they know how to make good 3D because there are moments where it really works. And then all the other times it's just kind of flat and boring. This right here was like the best pop out in the whole movie. It was really, really good. And then after that, it just goes downhill and it's like a nothing burger. And it's probably movies like this. It's movies like this that ended up giving 3D a really bad name. Because you want to know what happened? 2013, a bunch of like teenagers and like young adults get together to watch the new Texas Chainsaw movie in 3D. Oh, it's gonna be so cool! 3D movie's so cool. They sit down in the theater and the 3D's just really boring. And then they walk out and they're like, I don't want to see any more 3D movies because this one, the 3D was really bad. Like it didn't feel like it added anything. And it didn't. There are moments where it's okay, but on the whole it didn't really add anything and you're not really going to be missing much. And the parts where it did add something, it's just such obvious like 3D gimmick shots too. Like the finger pointing, which by the way, all this stuff can work if the rest of the movie, you know, had its shit together. There's nothing wrong with having those obvious pop out shots. I think it's fine. But when that's the only thing holding the 3D up in your movie, that's not okay at all. That's not good. You know what they could have done? They could have done something with that necklace. Imagine if they had that little necklace thing that never gets brought up again. Someone like holds it out to the audience because it's an important piece of the story. But it wasn't about that. Some of the shots where they try to do extreme 3D is literally just like the flat footage. It looks mostly flat, just pushed out of the screen. It's not giving any volume, it's just uncomfortable to look at. Which I get that's the idea, but not uncomfortable in a storytelling way, not uncomfortable in a way where it's like this was a deliberate action. More like we were just lazy and instead of reshooting that one shot, we're just going to push it towards the audience and hope that nobody notices it. And this was 2013, so it's not like they didn't know how to do this stuff. This probably would have been shot over... If it came out in January, it was probably shot in probably spring and early summer of 2012. So they definitely should have known. And I mean, the stereographers that they had ended up doing good stuff, so it's not like they didn't know what they were doing. Just had a low budget film they just didn't do much with. Especially when you're gonna go out of your way and call it Texas Chainsaw 3D, and the 3D is just gonna be meh. And if it was a technical slash budgetary limitation, then take that and do something creative with it by only having certain scenes be shot and done in 3D. You can have the opening done in 3D, the intense moments. You can have the post-converted stuff in the opening credits. You can have the opening shots be in 3D with the shootout at the farm. And you can have when they first come to the house, have that be in 3D. Or when Leatherface starts killing people, have that be in 3D. And it would be perfectly acceptable. The 3D still wouldn't be great. It'd still be pretty flat. but at least it would feel like there was a purpose to it. You know, it would feel like there's a story reason. The final, I it's not really spoilers, but the final movie I'm gonna review this month is, it takes this approach, and I I will give it a high recommendation when we get to that movie. It's just a shame that it comes at the end of like a franchise, so you kind of have to buy all the other ones and see those in order to get it. But they took that similar approach by only having certain scenes be in 3D, and then even on top of that, the 3D in those scenes is really, really, really well done. They should have done that here, but they didn't, and it kind of suffers. It's just kind of boring. I honestly can't even tell you why I picked this up. It was probably very cheap. I probably thought it was going to be a fun 3D movie where they were going to have a lot of depth and volume and a lot of pop-outs, and I got japed again. I get burned so hard by these horror films because they end up not being this big thing that you think they're going to be. And I haven't seen Saw 3D in a very long time. I really hope it's not the same story. Because you can do deep 3D, consistent and well done 3D with the beam splitter rigs. Hugo proved that. Of course, you have a legendary director like Martin Scorsese behind that project, but still, it's possible. James Cameron did it. Plenty of other movies have done it. Oh, dude, you have no idea, Alexander. It was so bad. Oh, yeah. I mean, to be fair, the movie shot in 3D 60 years ago, they had to have a really wide interaxial because of how big the rigs were. But yeah, it did it much better. Especially when you have complete control over the interaxial and you can change the distance between the cameras on the fly because they're all motorized. They didn't do anything with it. It's just bad. Legendary stereographer on Hugo. Who is the stereographer on Hugo? I don't even know. Let's see. Dimitri Portelli. There we go. Oh, he worked on Gemini Man, 47 Ronin. Oh yeah, he's done a lot of really good 3D stuff. Not anything too recently. But yeah, his stuff's really good. That does actually kind of make me interested to check out the young and prodigious T.S. Spivet. I bet that is a good 3D movie. You talked about it. You said it was really good. Ooh. Darkest Hour. The 3D in that movie's not super great, but he was only doing the 3D tests and was uncredited. I don't know about Dark of the Moon, though. We're getting off topic. point is, Texas Chainsaw is extremely disappointing. I don't know what I expected. It's just, don't even worry about it. Just don't even think about this movie as a 3D film. It's very disappointing. Hopefully Saw 3D will not be as disappointing. The horror genre is perfect for 3D, and I'll talk more about it when I get to Saw, but I think Saw is an absolute match made in heaven for 3D because of all the different traps and little mechanisms and mechanics. You could really sit down and design these traps around the 3D format. Hopefully they do that. I don't know. It's been a very long time since I saw it. I don't think I'm not gonna have time today to look at that because I got work in about 2 hours. But I think that's all I have to say about Texas Chainsaw. Don't even watch it, guys. It's not a great movie. It's not even a good 3D movie to watch it for the fun 3D. It's just nothing. It's a big nothing burger. And so it remains a nothing burger. Anyway, does anyone have you guys seen Texas Chainsaw? I feel like you guys have. What did you guys think about it? You know, what would you have done differently with 3D presentation? Yeah, that Texas Chainsaw, that whole movie was just weak in general. It had no teeth, man. It tried to be like, oh wow, gore, but it just didn't work. None of it worked. Yeah. I like how I have all these horror films and then I have Up. I didn't even finish watching Up. I was watching Up again the other day. And I was thinking about what movies we could watch together as like a live 3D reviews thing. And I keep coming back to Gulliver's Travels. I don't know if you guys have that movie on 3D Blu-ray. Well, I'd have some very three-dimensional shots. Well, yeah, Alexandra Daddario is really good. It's just this, that character just don't make sense, dude. They straight up, they knew what they were doing when they added her, but like, just story-wise, like, she's just running around with the shirt that's like, only has 2 buttons buttoned up. It was just, like, this woman is dumb. Alright, do you have Gulliver's Travel? Oh, that's good. Then maybe we can do Gulliver's Travels, because that's one that, it's like a guilty pleasure movie. I feel like it could be a fun one to do as like a live reaction. Because I think there are some good concepts in that movie. It's just extremely disappointing with the conversion. It reminds me a lot of Alice in Wonderland, but as I've done 2D to 3D conversions myself, and I'm gonna pull some of that stuff up now. Let's see. Let's see. So I'm going to show you guys. This is just one of the things. I've started branching out, and I've actually am going to start learning how to do depth maps so I can do better 3D. But this was a flat 2D image that I ended up converting into 3D. This is the 3D result, of course. If you guys have your 3D glasses, by the way, put them on. Yeah, so the graininess comes from the fact that they're using a beam splitter rig, because you also get a bit of graininess in Texas Chainsaw, but at the same time, the graininess almost works in benefit to the raw savagery of the movie. This is gonna be like the last thing I talk about, and then I gotta go get something to eat. But yeah, so I take this image and I cut out every little bit, right? I cut out all the different pieces. So we have this character, and then the tail, and then the seat, and then the stuff outside the window, and then the butt, and then like the interior of the car, and then the front of that character. And I've actually, this is like the cleaned up, finished version, but as you can see here, I have to like go in and paint in behind some of the spaces, because if I don't, there's gonna be like white outlines around the characters where I've pulled them off of the thing. I feel like a true conversion artist. I felt like a big kid doing all this. And I'm hoping to learn how to do depth mapping so I can give these images some volume to them. But as of right now, like the flat 2D images brought out as like layered stuff looks really cool. Especially the work I've done on the Bittersweet Candy Bowl videos. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out the BCB video that I did, the 3D one that I just uploaded, I'd recommend checking it out because the 3D there is pretty cool. Anyway, I'm gonna let it go for now. But I will hopefully be here next week to talk to you all. The 3D I've done with converting the 2D images to 3D are just flat layers. The word layering. Yeah, when I say layering, it's kind of more in like the framing sense of like you have very clear foreground, midground, background objects. That's like the layers of the scene. But I get how it can be, it's seen as like a flat thing. I mean, the unfortunate thing, Blu-ray Bunker, is that because the volume in a lot of 3D movies is so short, it's so flat, that it does seem like that. People complain about the cardboard cutout effect, and that's probably because they didn't really know how to do the depth mapping like I'm trying to learn how to do. But the conversions that I've done, for all intents and purposes, have no volume. They're just flat layers, but it still works. It just depends on what shot you've got. It looks cool. It really brings the images to life in a way that it normally wouldn't. And speaking of that comic, the new page is uploaded today. Let's go see. Okay, I saw the page. But I think stylistically, sometimes that can work. But just the stuff I've been doing, it kind of works for that. That being said, I'm gonna end it. I got stuff and things that I gotta do today. I gotta get something to eat, man. I'm hungry. But I appreciate you guys for showing up. That's the wrong one. I appreciate you guys for showing up. I'm gonna learn how to do depth mapping and hopefully have some really cool 3D for you guys. It really does open up a whole new world when I can take previously 2D images and open those things up. But you guys have a great day.
Hey, yo.